A secret that can be said this is a clue. However, it will lead to several plot twists that will occur in the next 6 years. Whether there will be a second time skip or something similar remains uncertain, but the point is, this is related to the Jougan. I believe many of you have often heard people discussing the Jougan, which, quite literally, still has an uncertain status regarding when it will awaken. But let me explain this, and I'm sure it will be a very interesting topic, guys. First of all, we all agree that the Jougan is the most anticipated power among loyal readers of the Boruto manga. There have already been many hints about this mysterious eye. However, unfortunately, Kishimoto and Mikio have yet to show any signs that the Jougan will appear anytime soon. Even though the probability is low, if in Chapter 20, Boruto is forced to help Sarada and fight against Ryu or even Matsuri themselves, it is unlikely that Boruto will immediately awaken the power of his Jougan eye. Most likely, the Jougan will awaken at the last moment or during the most crucial situation. After all, the Jougan is a power that represents hope for planet Earth, or even for Boruto himself. Oh yeah, back to the main point about the 6 years that I had said before. In Chapter 16, Kashin Koji had mentioned about the next 6 years in which Boruto could master the Hiraishin technique. After repeatedly reading the manga, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, Chapter 16 and understanding it, there is suddenly a clue, or rather a big question. What and why does it have to be 6 years? You know what I mean, guys? Because surely, the next 6 years is enough time for the fight we saw between Kawaki and Boruto at the beginning of the episode. If Koji knew that 6 years in the future Boruto would be able to master the Hiraishin perfectly, why didn't he tell Boruto that Boruto would succeed in mastering the power of Jougan in those 6 years? It is absolute and difficult if everything has to be said from the beginning. But is there actually a probability in the future that Koji sees? We have clearly seen that at that time, during Boruto's fight against Kawaki, Boruto has managed to master the power of Jougan's eyes. And if you look at the flashback in Chapter 16, when Boruto mastered the Hiraishin technique based on Koji's vision in the future, does this make you a little suspicious why Boruto's appearance in the next 6 years is only from the backside? I know this may be trivial or even just a coincidence, but believe it or not, we can't just ignore it, right? And of course, guys, from the fact that Boruto is only shown from behind, there is a suspicion that if he were facing forward, or in other words, not turning his back as seen in the image, then maybe we would be able to see Boruto with his Jougan eye, right? Once again, I know this might seem trivial or even irrational, but the key point in all of this is the 6-year time frame. Besides that, ever since we learned the fact that Kashin Koji did not tell Boruto that there is a QB inside Himawari's body, this also raises suspicion that Koji might be hiding some future scenes that he already knows. Let's think logically. What was the purpose of Koji not telling Boruto that there is a QB inside Himawari? Surely it was to prevent Boruto from focusing solely on protecting his little sister. Boruto's main priority is figuring out how to bring back the shinobi who have already turned into divine tree beings before actually defeating Jura. You must have just realized that what Boruto did was in accordance with Kashin Koji's directions. Koji must have told Boruto that if he wanted to defeat Jura, then Boruto must defeat his ally Jura first. This is why when Boruto made the rescue in Chapter 12, he started from Himawari first. After that, he only saved Sarada. Again, this may sound trivial or just a coincidence, but believe it or not, trivial things can actually be a big clue in the future, right? The reason behind Boruto's actions is none other than because he doesn't want to fight Jura first. Boruto will defeat Jura's allies first, and therefore Sarada's rescue is part of Kashin Koji's plan. If Koji tells him that Himawari will be targeted by Jura because there is a QB in her body, then Boruto will focus on protecting Himawari from Jura. In fact, what Boruto should prioritize is defeating Jura's allies first. But the point is, it is absolute that Koji will hide all information about the future related to the eye until whenever. But certainly, I firmly believe that Jougan's awakening must start from the bad events that befell Himawari. Since we're talking about a future that Koji didn't fully reveal to Boruto, don't you suspect that Koji was able to foresee the moment when Ada would look into Boruto's past? Koji knows exactly when Ida will see both his and Boruto's past. He also knows precisely how Boruto was able to master the Hiraishin technique and the exact method he used to achieve it. In fact, even the most detailed information Koji knows everything. But on the other hand, guys, the question is also why Koji doesn't know when Shinju will evolve. Koji should have known that when Boruto came to Konoha village to prevent Code from attacking Konoha, Shinju would have evolved at that time. Why didn't Koji advise Boruto to attack Code before he came to Konoha? Why didn't they come up with a plan to lure Code out by having Boruto appear directly in front of Code somewhere? Why wait until 2 years after Boruto and Sasuke were attacked by Code? And the most reasonable explanation is that Koji is guiding Boruto according to the future direction he desires. What kind of future direction does Koji want? Of course, it is the future we see where Boruto and Kawaki fight. Perhaps, according to Koji, that future scenario is the best option for both Boruto and Kawaki. In such a future, the threat from the Shinju is successfully eliminated, but their personal conflict continues. Perhaps, the future Boruto once told Kashin Koji to defeat his past self in order to follow the directions as the future Boruto intended. The future Boruto knows that the scenario of his battle against Kawaki is the best scenario that has been orchestrated by Kashin Koji so that the past Boruto can reach the most optimal future point for planet Earth. So, the evolution of the Shinju was intentionally triggered by Kashin Koji to ensure that Boruto moves toward the future in accordance with the path set by his future self. I'm sure you guys don't confuse what I mean, guys. And speaking of the future or the Jougan, there is something even more intriguing than that. You must have wondered, where did Amado get the ability to create technologies that surpass human intelligence in Boruto's era? Have you realized that Amado was already able to clone his own daughter even before he met Jigen? How could Amado have known how to clone a human body at that time? Even Orochimaru couldn't achieve such a feat in that era. What if the way Amado knows technology that exceeds human intelligence in the Boruto era is because he has reduced the amount of time it takes to acquire that knowledge? For example, Amado should have taken 100 years to develop a clone technology. However, Amado managed to make himself gain knowledge 100 years in the future in a short time with a special power. It could be that this special power is Shinjutsu derived from Shibai Otsutsuki. Although this is difficult for us to accept, but whatever the reason, there's no way Amado could have gotten that knowledge without a clear source, right? And as the final conclusion, Koji did not tell Boruto how to awaken the Jougan because he did not want to alter the fate that had already been set. It's possible that when the Jougan awakens, there will be a price to pay. If Koji told Boruto that the Jougan would awaken, but at the cost of something significant, Boruto would likely focus more on avoiding that sacrifice rather than actually awakening the Jougan. In my opinion, the most probable sacrifice could be Himawari, or perhaps an extraordinary event that shakes Boruto to his core. But what do you guys think? Which scenario sounds more reasonable? Whatever your thoughts are, I truly appreciate them. Thanks for watching, like and subs. I'm Nim. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye, Dadabayo.